Hello everyone. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So, as you can see from the title, we're getting into some baddies drama. All right. I don't know. I just felt like I should get into this one because it's feeling very juicy. You know, there's a lot of different people coming out about the Zeus Network. A lot of different rumors. I don't know if they're true, but they seem kind of true to me, but they're all alleged. But I do want to start with, I guess, one part of the drama, which would be Baddies, Natalie versus Lemmy. So I took some notes. Because it was a lot of shit happening between Natalie and Lemuel. Okay. So what I had saw was the video of Natalie and Lemmy in the parking lot where she's like, I'm being held hostage. I'm being held hostage. And then he's like looking through the window and he has this like really crazy look in his eyes.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Cause look at this guy. Why are you touching me? What did I say? What did I say? That's the weirdo right there. Wait until I tell the truth. Wait until I tell the truth about this nigga right here. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? You holding me hostage. I said let the driver go. Hostage. Hey, I asked you to get in the car and let him.
He honestly looked like he was gonna do something, but anyway, that video happened, right? In the midst of that, you could see like the security wasn't really protecting her the way she thought she would be protected, right? So then after that, I guess that was just too much drama. You know, they try to do the whole PR cleanup thing. So he takes her and the baddies to whatever store it was, the Louis store, the Gucci store, whatever store it was, right? Then, I think this was before. Then I saw a video of Tanisha. I don't know if you guys remember Tanisha from the original Bad Girls Club. I don't give a, y'all ain't get no sleep because of me. Yeah. Tanisha came out and made a video and she was basically, to sum it up, she was like, you in danger, girl. She was telling Natalie, like, you know, you can be touched, essentially.
From the clips I seen, she definitely had it. You done fucked yourself. You hear me? Excuse my language. You hear me? Now I'm telling you the truth here, because I am from the street. This could get ugly and crazy quick. Nip it in the fucking butt before everything you fucking work hard for goes down the drain. Over what? It don't seem like they protecting you, sis. If I'm being honest, it looks like they're gearing up to replace you potentially. I don't know if they could, but I'm just saying.
Okay, so that happened. Then I saw a video of Natalie. She's in the backseat of a car and she's calling out Lemmy's mother's name. So she's like, oh, I didn't know Lemmy's mother's name was Karen. My mother's name is Karen.
No, wait, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna say something that nobody knows that I don't give no more because I'm P. Lemmy, your mom's name's Karen too. Yeah, so my mother's name is Karen and so is Lemmy Plummer's mom. Stop playing, bro. I'm gonna zoom in on me. I'm tired.
Basically, the way she was saying it to me, it was like insinuating like, oh, I got information on you. Like, oh, I can have people find shit out about you, Lemmy. That's how the video came off to me, right? Then we got cast members fighting her. Allegedly, I haven't seen any of it yet, but allegedly she's getting beat up. I think Diamond the Body did slap her at the reunion, but I didn't see that yet. That's not out yet. Then we saw Scotty's stylist come out talking shit about Lemmy and Scotty and talking about how he was strangling the dog, her dog, and he don't want to work with that demonic network and da 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 da. So as you can see, it's been a whole build up. But I want to start with what's going on with Natalie versus Lemmy. Okay, so let's see. Let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. What caused this rift or the commotion between Natalie and Lemmy? What caused the initial rift? Because I feel like years, I don't know if it's been years now. Let's say seasons, because the show runs on seasons, not necessarily years. But a few seasons ago, I feel like they have fell out. Natalie and Lemmy have fell out. Now I feel like it's coming back to the surface again, but it's coming out like a lot harsher. So let's see why they initially fell out with each other. Natalie. So we got the high priestess. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. This is giving me some sort of emotional blackmail. Okay. So what caused the rift between Natalie and Lemmy? Starting off with the high priestess. The high priestess is the all-seeing, I don't want to say goddess, but lady. She is the gatekeeper of secrets, right? So I don't know. Somebody might have found out a dirty little secret, or a secret might have got leaked with this Ace of Cups. Because you think about water, think about something getting leaked, you think about emotional blackmail. So some information might have got leaked that wasn't supposed to get leaked to the public, and somebody never got over it. So let's see. Is this Lemmy? Yeah. Is this Lemmy or Natalie? But some information came out that wasn't supposed to come out to the public, and somebody never forgot about that shit. There might have been sorries, there might have been peacekeeping, but there was no forgiving. This is Natalie and Lemmy. Natalie running her big ass mouth. We got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Natalie went off and said some shit that she wasn't supposed to say to somebody, even if she thought it was in confidence, right? She might have told the producer. Yeah, she might have thought this wasn't going to go anywhere, right? Bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. She thought, she could say something in confidence. But the game of telephone started. So, that's very believable. Natalie has a very, very large mouth. Okay, a large mouth, large ego. Lemmy does too. But yeah, I'm picking up that Natalie might have said something. Yes, because it's secret. Okay, Natalie thought she said something in confidence with somebody, but that information got leaked. Okay, she said something probably to a producer. I feel like it was someone close who, I wouldn't say signed an NDA, but it's supposed to give NDA energy, right? Because like I said, the high priestess is a gatekeeper of secrets. Okay. She also follows a code of ethics where you're not supposed to tell. Okay, and if you tell, some shit is gonna happen. Okay, so this is, imagine your doctor. This is like a doctor breaking HIPAA laws, right? This is like a doctor just spreading all your information to whoever they feel like it. So Natalie says something to somebody who she thought was supposed to carry this NDA energy, right? Turns out they didn't have that. They said something. Who the fuck is this? Who are you? I don't know. They might have said something and it got back to Lemmy. I want to see what was the gist of what she said. What was the gist of what Natalie said? Let me use these actually. What was the gist of the conversation? There's a lot of cards, but we have the Chariot, the Fool, the Hermit, Nine of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. She said a whole damn lot, but let's break it down a little. Do I even want to keep all of these cards? And that was the energy she gave. Do I even want to say this? She really thought she said something in confidence and she really just word vomited onto whoever this person was. I feel like it might be a stylist. I don't know, I'm just seeing someone around her doing work. Like she's sitting, I'm seeing her sitting and someone around her doing like work on her. Maybe a makeup, hair, something like that. But I'm going to keep all these cards because this is what happened. She word vomited to this person. The Chariot, speaking about movement, and then the Fool right after that is like moving to what? So maybe she's feeling like she's getting taken advantage of, or she didn't know what type of boss moves to make. Maybe, yeah, this is like she's going against contract. She said something that was make Lemmy feel like she's going against contract. I.e., yeah, because right after the Fool is the Hermit, still wanting to keep something secret away from him. So this could be, she might want a new idea for the show. She might want to go to a different network, do something else, but it would have went against the contract. And she knows she would have ended up like this, Nine of Swords, excuse me. She would have ended up feeling like she fucked herself over in a deal. Page of Pentacles. Okay? Yeah. It's like allegedly, Lemmy has a lot of abusive relationships, is what I'm getting. He likes to stem a lot of abusive relationships and expand them. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, when you do like a circle chart, right? You do a chart here, and then you have a line. And then that connects to this. This connects to that. This connects to that. But this connects to that. But it all connects to a central topic of control. So Lemmy has a control issue. So Natalie didn't want him to find out about a move that she wanted to make because it would have just caused a lot of chaos. Long story short, it was exposed. Temperance, okay? Time was shown. Time told something, okay? Something came back. Oh, yeah. something came back to him too quick. So Temperance, um, basically whatever Natalie said got back to Lemmy too quick. She didn't like that. So that caused a rift in her eyes. But in I guess initially in Lemmy's point of view, from his perspective, it was why would you even think to go against me, right? That was a foolish move to even think to do something out of what I have structured, if that makes sense. So, Natalie don't like being controlled. Lemmy don't like being controlled, but they both just want to force themselves on each other because they make a lot of money together. Business is business, right? Bottom of the deck was the lovers. I'm not saying that they are lovers. I'm just saying this lovers also relates to a decision. And also, like I said, a lot of abusive relationships. Like Lemmy has a lot of abusive relationships, a lot of connections. So he loves the idea of control. What's that? Coercive control? Is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing cohesive as well, because you want to keep things precise. But I'm also hearing coercive control. A lot of cult leaders do that. It's not like they might not physically abuse you or like, I don't know. They just force, I don't want to say force you, they make you believe a lot of things by coercing you into doing things. This is the best way I could put it. He likes that type of control where he feels like I could fuck with your mind. I don't have to, allegedly, I don't have to assault you. I don't have to do anything physical, but I like to get into your mind. And Natalie is very, as we've seen her, she's very strong minded. Yeah, she might not be able to fight, but she got a strong mind. So let's move on from that. That's what caused the initial rift. Natalie says something to somebody who she thought was supposed to have NDA energy, and they didn't have NDA energy, and they played a game of telephone, and that shit got back to Lemmy too quick, and he was like, So that's what happened. Let's expand on this Ace of Cups here. Some more info on this Ace of Cups, please. Again, going back to the emotional blackmail, because I got everything. I control you. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, shit. 10 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is a tower. Damn. Under that tower is the Fool. Again, same card, different deck. Okay. But yeah, if that 10 of Pentacles didn't say I have power, baby, the tower did. So like I said, there was a lot of emotional blackmail that went on between them two. Yeah. And they're both arguing the same point. I have control. No, I have control. No, I have control. No, I have control. It's the same point that they're arguing. Which I feel like I want to do this in parts because I feel like I want to look into like who actually has power over Baddies, which I feel like is Lemmy because it's his network. Like he could kick anyone off his network, right? But Natalie likes to say, I control the show. It's my show. But I might get into that. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of emotional blackmail between them two. Of who has more control. Who can overpower the other. Whose secrets are juicier. And they're both control freaks, like I said. So yeah. So we have the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Damn. Again, same card, different deck. 9 of Swords and 9 of Swords. Okay. someone, they're, yeah, they're both just fighting over control. Who can run, who can run the other? I just heard Natalie, I can run LA. But do you run Zeus? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know? So I'm going to put these back because that's basically the gist of what happened. It's just emotional blackmail between the two that's getting a bit more heated than both of them thought it would ever come to. Is that flipped over? Yes. Yeah. Battle of the control freaks. That's really what it is. But if you ask me, Natalie is only has so much power on Zeus, but at the same time, you know, she brings a lot of viewers. Because what? The top two shows are Baddies and Jocelyn's Cabaret. So now what would happen if it's just Jocelyn's Cabaret and then what? You know, like, not gonna lie, Baddies kind of built Zeus. So I do see why Natalie's like, I got a lot of play here, which she does. You know? Yeah. But then again, she feels bound to Lemmy because let's say she goes on a different network. Where's she gonna go? Now that's TV? You know that's not her standard. Is she gonna start a new one? Maybe, but it's definitely gonna we're gonna be able to tell with the budget. And she knows that. And that's what she's afraid of. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from this energy here, the hermit. Yeah. Back to the hermit. Back to the hermit. She knows, like, damn, I gotta really plan this shit out. Because, like I said, if I go to a different if she goes to a different network, we're gonna be able to tell by the how they get to the bag. Okay, you know, because that's their favorite line. We're getting to the bag, getting to the bag. We're gonna be able to tell the difference. And I think Natalie, her ego is just so large, she can't take going down a few pegs to build herself back up, if that makes sense. She wants to maintain a level and then keep going higher and higher, which I can't hate on it. Can't hate on it, you know? So, well, 21 minutes in. Okay. What else I wanted to look at now? So, how does Lemmy view Natalie? So that's what I wanted to get into. I think I'm gonna pause because I don't want this to cut me off. I think it cuts off after like 30 minutes. Do you care about this information? I don't think you do, but I'll be right back. All right. So how does Lemmy view Natalie? I want to look at that first because he is in control of Zeus right now. I want to know, does he view her as expendable? Does he view her as a valuable partner, or does he just view her as like some loser that can be controlled by him? So let's see. And I'm talking about currently. You know, after this whole the hostage video, and then Natalie, she's in South Africa at the McDonald's drive-thru calling out his mom name. Like, Natalie, I don't know. I don't know. Because Natalie knows she can't fight. She knows she don't really got people like that. Okay. So why is she calling out that man's mother's name and insinuating shit? But let's see. Anyway, how does Lemmy view Natalie currently? The card's starting to wear. All right. How does Lemmy view Natalie? We have a 5 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. Yeah. Okay. 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. To me, this is saying he just views her as a stubborn one. He knows that, he knows that she will follow his lead to some degree and she will submit. But this one is stubborn. It's giving a cult leader again. Yeah. Like, oh, I got a tough cookie on my hands. That's the type of vibe. I don't know if it's like a cat. Like, the cat, like, just, like, imagine like a lion just playing with like a human, like a toy, like, type shit. I know I can do certain things to you, but I much rather like get into your mind and have you just follow behind me. All right. I rather be in front. I rather you take my lead. But for some reason, you want to be stubborn. So with that, what do malicious people tend to do? They tend to up the control. They tend to triangulate or sick the flying monkeys. Flying monkeys, because Natalie built her own enemies, okay? I'm not saying she's innocent, but as we heard, the girls are seemingly more able to fight Natalie now. Natalie used to be, I wouldn't say untouchable. Like, she would still get like slapped around a bit by the girls, but they would know not to go in too bad. But now it's seeming like Lemmy is saying, hey, might have changed the contract. Get this bitch. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So again, that's another form of coercive control. I might be saying shit. That's just what Spirit is telling me. I might just be saying shit, But when you have, or when you allow, in Natalie's position, right? When you allow like the other cast members to kind of like sick the executive, is the executive going to feel safe on their show? Are they going to want to stay? Is that a way? What I'm trying to say is like, is that a way, a roundabout or backhanded way for Lemmy to run her off her own show? Because Natalie, she's only going to take so much beating up and this and that. Now she hanging with Stunner Girl. And Stunner Girl be shooting people and all of this foolishness, or getting people to shoot people. Okay, so yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, look, I could tell these girls not to beat your ass. I could tell them, not to touch you. But you also could be listening to what the fuck I'm telling you to do. And maybe that won't happen. So you get what I'm saying? That's the form of like underhanded control. Oh, it's just too much. You be working with these Holly Weird, or I don't even know if you want to call him yeah, because he was around Diddy. These Holly Weird people that control the narcissism, the vampiric energy, that I don't even know that's a word. It's like shit. That control gets deep. Okay, so how does Lemmy view Natalie? He's like a big cat, and she's like a ball of yarn. I'm just gonna what? Like you ever seen a cat when they really get into it? They start using the back legs. They don't just use like the front paw. They don't use they start using the back legs. So Lemmy's holding out on using the back legs on Natalie, right? He's actually his back legs are probably going to be the other cast members. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah. He views her as a toy, someone or something that can be controlled. Just needs a little bit more work. So we have the 7 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. You hear that siren? I don't know if you heard it. But yeah, it's control. He wants order. He wants balance. What makes him happy is that control. Is being, okay, so you see the stork here? What makes him happy is being able to send that message. You see the scroll in its claw. Basically be able to say a word and things happen. Okay? That's what he likes. That's what brings him joy, contentment, the 7 of Cups energy. Bottom of the deck is Judgment. So like I said, he sees her like a tough cookie. You know? Like he can use his better judgment to coerce her, if I'm saying that right, coerce her and control her. He knows that he can make certain calls to improve her judgment. So going back to what I say, he can make a call, 7 of Wands, right? He could say a word and that would affect her behavior, is what I'm trying to say with his judgment. So it's like what they call that? A trigger word. Like, you know, people be whispering trigger words to their dogs. Get them. You know, once he says get them, them other cast members, it's like a free for all. Natalie just might get her ass whooped. Natalie can get touched. Okay, if he makes that call. And I think that is the threat that he is hanging on to very deeply right now. Ooh, cut the deck. The Tower, right? The thing with Natalie is she's the type of person who speaks with conviction, right? She has a lot of confidence, a lot of energy, and she speaks with conviction. So like a lot of people gravitate to her and just believe her, or just, I don't know, just want to be under her thumb. But she knows she does not like getting touched. She knows she doesn't like fighting. She knows she's not about that serious life when weapons start coming out, because that already happened on the show. And who's to say, you know, she done brought Ivory, ghetto trashy ass, on the show. Who's to say that she cannot be touched? Now, Ivory just might give her some fists, all right? Some lethal fists that she's not expecting. But other things have happened. And that is the threat. That is the judgment call, allegedly threat, that Lemmy uses. I don't have to touch you, but I can orchestrate a situation to control your behavior so I get a certain outcome. Okay? That's what I'm getting. So, let me see anything else. That's the overall vibe I get of how Lemmy views Natalie. You're a tough cookie, and I know you're a big game player. You're a big partner. Like I said, you know, she is valuable. We're not gonna sit here and act like Baddies is not valuable. Look at all of them girls that come out to audition. Look at all of them girls that call themselves Baddies. You know, she did set a humongous trend. Okay? So with that being said, let's get into it a little bit more. Does he... It's like grooming. Yeah, is the best way I can say it. It's like grooming, like cult leaders, right? They may notice a few members who are really like strong-headed and like I guess you could say curious. You know, they still have a lot of questions. They still didn't get with the whole programming yet. So they see that these people can be valuable because they are thinkers, but as long as you don't think against them, you know, then you're okay. So then they kind of like groom you to, because they know you're valuable in a way, they groom you to be like second hand man or second woman, or I don't know, someone of leadership over the rest. I think I'm saying that right. So that's what I'm getting. He knows that she's extremely valuable, and she does have a lot of pull and a lot of control, a lot of charismatic energy, which a lot of cult leaders have. She has that, but he wants to be able to groom her into being a puppet, like a good brainwashing is basically what I'm trying to say. He wants to be able to enact a good brainwashing with his judgment. So it's like saying, Natalie, what's important to you? Money or morals? And we know which one she's going to choose. Okay? We all know which one she's going to choose. So that's what's going on. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Yeah, that Hierophant. Say, how else does he feel about her and the master manipulator himself? You know, like he loves emotional control. I did that just now because what's at the bottom of the deck? Judgment. How many times? This is the third time we got the same card, different deck. Yeah, so judgment and judgment. Out here with the master manipulator himself. When the King of Cups is in his dark energy, he is mean. He's controlling. Like I said, he's coercive. He's manipulative. He is all of those toxic energies that make a person go mentally insane. You know, that make a person go like fucking crazy. And then when they try to explain it to another person, they're like, it doesn't come off right, you know? Because like, did they hit you? You know, did they steal from you? No. Did they do that? No. They manipulated me. And then it's hard for, sometimes it's hard for outside people to feel bad for the victim, right? So, with that being said, this man is very controlling. Very, very controlling. Like I said, he likes to get in people's mind. Because that's really how you control someone. You know, you can abuse them, like I said, physically abuse them. But that leaves marks physically. You can be torturous in all types of ways. But once you get into someone's mind and you know like what is the trigger word, like I said earlier, Once you know what the trigger word for that person is, it's very satisfying to a narcissistic person, or to I'm gonna just say dark personality person. All right, so yeah, Judgment, same card, different deck. I can make some calls, Natalie, again with these scrolls. So you see here, the scroll in the black figure's hand. I can make a call. I can roll some shit out, have someone read out what I want done, and it will get done. Or I can scroll this piece of paper up, tuck it away, and you can act right. Your choice. And that's how he's getting into her mind. Because again, going back to what I said, Natalie, we all know she is very egotistic. We all know she loves money. Money is her master, okay? Not morality, not friendships, not anything else. Money is her master, okay? So, anything else from Mr. Lemmy? How does he view Natalie? Tough cookie. Just gotta dip her in some milk. Make her soften up. And then she'll get it. Yeah, lovers in reverse. She ain't like the other hoes, that's easily controlled. But a hoe nonetheless. Okay? So yeah. That is how he views her. I'm going to put these back. And we're going to get into how Natalie views him. Because I want to know. Let's see. I want to know, does she feel like she's above him? Because in that parking lot video, she was like, I'm not one of your little hoes that you can control. I'm not one of your little bitches. I never slept with you. So I want to know, does she feel like she's above him? Does she feel like, I run Zeus? Or is she masking her fear and confidence? All right. What the heck? How does Natalie view Lemmy? Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Guess what she got? The Queen of Cups. Didn't we just have the King of Cups for him? Okay, wow. She really thinks she's in control. Okay. All right. So Natalie, bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. She thinks she got pulled. Didn't I say battle of the control freaks? He literally had the King of Cups here. Her ass come. Queen of Cups. I view him as... She views him as someone who she thinks she can manipulate. Battle of the Narcs. Battle of the Darks. Yeah. They both carry a lot of dark energy. Dark personality traits. Yeah, but with this Queen of Cups, I feel like she feels like she can't be emotionally manipulated. She feels like with this Seven of Swords here that she can pull the rug from under him at any moment. So that goes back into what I was saying before. Yeah, because that's what I was picking up on. Like, she knows she got pulled. But I will say, in comparison, we only got 2 cards right now. But in comparison to his cards, is not as much. It's not as much. But she does. Here we go with this High Priestess again. Same card, different deck. But she does know that she can whip out a few tricks to, I guess, ease the control, ease the tension. That's another dynamic. Again, in like culty relationships. Like when, let's say, like the second in charge or the the runner up. I don't know what they would call them. Because they also know they exhibit some sort of power. It's almost as if they're able to tame some of the abuse that they receive. It's not to say that they're not going to get any, right? But she knows she can tame some of his abuse. Going back to that lion analogy, like he's the big cat pawing at her. She knows at some point the power dynamics do shift a bit, where she's able to tame that lion in him. What are you gonna do without baddies? I'm the one that brings all these girls to these auditions. I don't know if they gotta pay. I'm just assuming, if all of them people coming out to audition and do all that, I'm assuming they make money off of that, right? Somehow, some way. So yeah, she knows that she has some sort of pull. And I don't want to say just cult relationships too. That can also be like just interpersonal abusive relationships. No healthy relationship operates like that. But those interpersonal abusive relationships where we would see overall as the victim is able to play into their abuser's feelings or play into their tactics and tame them. That's the best way I can say it. That's the best way I can say it. So, how does she view him? She feels like she has pull. She feels like she's able to control him. She feels like she's a top partner. Like I said, I know they make a lot of revenue from them auditions, from whatever they sell on the side, the social media revenue. I know they making money. So to just remove Natalie would be also to fuck over Lemmy, and he knows that as well. So they both got to feed into their abuse. They both got to feed into it. Clarify the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Swords. What is this again? I'm getting tired of it. The Lovers. Didn't I say abusive relationship? It's almost like lovers. I can't even say lovers quarrel because this is too intense and too abusive. Yeah, it's like a relationship. It is a relationship. The only form of relationship is not romantic. So yeah, they are in a abusive, coercive relationship. Okay, but this is coming out for Natalie's end. So with this lover, clarify this lover's in her. Yeah, bottom of the deck, Page of Cups again. More water, more emotional control. Didn't we start off initially? That was so weird how that felt. That's so weird. We started off in the very beginning with the Ace of Cups, with that emotional blackmail between both of them. They are just manipulative. They manipulate each other. Later. They manipulate each other, and Natalie just views him like, it's weird. It's not like she views him like a it's just like a man that she can control. Because it's not a blurred line, because I don't want to put that out there like they're sleeping together. It's not like a blurred line, but because of how much they both force themselves on each other for the sake of money, things become blurred. It starts to feel like, that's why Natalie said, I'm not one of your little bitches. You can't treat me like one of your bitches. Because it starts to come off like that. Like, you spend so much time together, it starts to come off like, y'all fucking? Did y'all do anything? Did y'all, So that's why I feel like this lovers keeps coming out. Because things getting blurred. Because if this supposed to, they're just supposed to be business partners, right? So if you just have a business partner, are y'all gonna get into emotional manipulation, getting into personal lives and this and that? No, like, it's supposed to remain a surface connection. We are connected due to this common interest. It is not supposed to be all this emotional manipulation and I'm making you feel this way and feelings. It's supposed to be about numbers, damn it. So that's what I mean. Why does lovers keep coming out? It's supposed to be about the numbers, about the money. That's it. But here they are intertwining emotional damage. And it's not even emotional damage about money. You get what I'm saying? It's emotional damage about control. And that's why things got blurred. So they both feel, that's how they both intertwine each other. Instead of staying surface and worrying about the numbers only, that's why they both feel like they can control each other and manipulate each other. I got this secret over you. I could blackmail you. I could rip the rug out of you. They're both saying the same thing, vice versa. And they both know that they're going to take a hit. That's why they quarreling like freaking lovers, kind of, sort of. Okay, let me pause here and come back. It's almost 30 minutes. Yeah. So that's why they're going back and forth like this. Okay, so to sum this shit up, wrap this shit up. Wrap this up. Yeah, they both just feel like they can manipulate each other. They're too intertwined emotionally, even though they both act like they're emotionless. They are very intertwined emotionally because they done exposed personal business and all this personal shit. So how does she view him? I'm gonna get into that. Is she like scared? But let me see. Anything else? How do you feel? How does Natalie feel towards? Didn't I say they just battle of the dark energies? Didn't this card come out for Lemmy? You're a stubborn one. Oh, we can all be so happy. We can all be so happy. You gotta, do like her raspy voice. Lemmy, we can all be so happy. I can't do it. I can't do it. We'll all be so happy. Like, yeah. Okay, that's how she feels. And didn't I say that's how he feels too? We could all be happy if you just listen to me. We could all be 10 of cups and happy and rejoicing, but you want to sit here and be 4 cups. You want to sit here and be stubborn. You don't want to feed into my demands. They are 2 sides of the same coin. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. 2 sides of the same coin. Literally, this came out for him. I'm hearing Lauryn Hill. It could all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. Yes. Oh my God. I know. Excuse the terrible thing, but judgment. How the hell judgment gonna come out? I'm about to walk away, y'all. Hold on. I feel like I need to walk away and I need to debrief. Because why the same things just keep coming out again and again? Oh, but it could all be so simple. But you rather make it hard, Lemmy. All you gotta do is listen to me. But remember when I was saying, oh, the whole lion analogy, tame this, tame that? What is that? Bottom of the deck is a strength card. So you can see. So you see it? You see it? Okay. Bottom of the deck is the strength card. Again, Natalie, if I was comparing the true power dynamics, I would say Lemmy has more control because it is his network. So overall, it is that is an overall ruling factor. However, in this abusive relationship, Natalie knows that she is really a victim. I don't want to keep saying victim because a lot of people like to think, oh, how's she a victim? I'm not talking about the perfect victim. She's not the perfect victim. She's not. But is she lower on the tier? Yes. Can she receive abuse by the hands or by the mouth of Lemmy? Yes. And she knows that. She knows that. So the best way to control that is to both feed into each other's desires, placate each other, because I know I'm dealing with a beast. This is what Natalie's saying, okay? I know I'm dealing, let me flip this upward. I know I'm dealing with this line. This motherfucker can turn on me in any second, but because this is in reverse, I can tame this energy now by whatever the fuck she doing. Listening, I guess, I can tame him by reminding him how much revenue I brought in for him. I can tame him by that's really it, because they ain't no other quality. It's just money. It's money. That is the come on, man. I said it. That is the constant reminder that Lemmy has in the back of his head. I will lose a shit ton of money if this bitch leaves me. So I need to keep my bottom bitch somewhat happy. I don't respect the bitch, but she is a bottom bitch nonetheless. So, I don't know why I just saw that South Park episode. I think it was an episode where the cops was going undercover as a prostitute, and that's when they was explaining the whole bottom bitch thing. But the cop went undercover as a prostitute. Anyway, that's off topic. But yeah. Is it off topic? Is it? Because Lemmy knows. Once I said, like I said again, the power dynamics can shift, and they both feel that. They both recognize that. That's what's important. They both recognize that the power dynamics do shift. It's never 100% here, 100% Lemmy, 100% Natalie. It's never that. So they know that they can play off of each other, right? So what happens when you gotta play? Sometimes you gotta be the bitch. So sometimes Natalie is able to bitch him around. If you get what I'm saying. Sometimes Natalie is able to stomp on him and tame him. By that simple reminder, I'm the one that bring you the money. I don't know how Jocelyn's auditions, but I think her auditions are online or in the club. I don't know. But the way these baddie auditions be packed, and first of all, it would be very silly because all these other networks now have Baddies spinoff. They literally have Baddie in the name. So Lemmy is what I'm picking up right now. Lemmy is like, it would be a bad power move to let go of the original Baddie. Meanwhile, the rest of these are following suit. Does that make sense? Because now let's say Natalie just decided to go to a different network. Even though I don't think that's gonna happen. And they pay her more. He lost the baddie type of energy. Maybe. I don't know what's in their contract. I don't know. But energetically is what I'm saying. Energetically, we would pick up on like, oh, she went over there. Like, we don't want to fuck with you no more. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So, like I said, that power dynamic, they both play into it. Is Natalie on the lesser tier? Yes. But is she like ground level? No. No. And they both know that. So how does overall summing this up? Summing this up, Natalie feels like, I don't want to say just tough cookie the same way Lemmy views her. Natalie feels like she knows that she can't control him. However, he does play a very large factor in her finances, in her current lifestyle, and her brand that she has built today. All right. So, did I have another question? I'm gonna put these cards back. I just saw the devil and the star. Oof. I tell you, Holly weird, right? If we could describe, if we could use tarot to describe Holly weird, it would be the devil and the star. Okay? Yeah. Last question I wanted to ask for this long ass part 1 video. Will their relationship ever get back to normal? And I just feel like that's already a no, so I don't even feel like answering that. Oh, look who's showing his face at the bottom, the emperor, the control freak. They're both fighting to be him. Anyway, will their relationship ever get back to normal? Which I highly doubt. The Chariot. Bottom of the deck is the 3 of Pentacles. Is this a parting of ways? An eventual parting of ways? What is this? That's what it's kind of looking like. Will they ever get back on good terms? What I'm hearing is because okay, when we say good terms, we think like energetically, like forgiveness, right? On that level, no. But what I'm seeing is some sort of counsel. I feel like maybe something's gonna happen that's gonna just blow over a bit too wide. But again, they're concerned about money, so there might be some sort of private counsel, private conversation where a third party enters to kind of mediate. So, good terms, no. Mediation, possibly. And that's all for the sake of money. All for the sake of money. Because the chariot speaks about movement, and what I'm hearing is go on. So they're going to get counsel on how to go on with their relationship in the public sector, I guess is the best way to say it. And again, chariot, movement. So how to move forward. They're going to go through some sort of mediation. But it's what I'm getting. It's not going to be like a simple conversation, like, oh, we just need to figure this out. I feel like this is going to come after a very significant crash or a very significant event. Okay, because a chariot also reminds me of like a train or a bus that's like going full speed, right? So if that impact happens, right, boom. So it's after something, after an impact, after some sort of tragic, I don't want to say tragic, traumatic, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, traumatic, because it will be traumatic to their finances if people stop following, if people stop wanting to audition, if the executives are falling out in front of our faces, people don't really want to follow that network anymore like that. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, as long as they provide good entertainment. But I do feel like after some sort of event that would deeply impact both of them and the future of Baddies, they will go through some type of, I guess you could call it peer mediation. Seven of Pentacles, like I said, all for the sake of money. This is Three of Pentacles, okay? Three of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles. It's all getting counsel, all for the sake of money, all for the sake of finances, because we cannot lose this. We make too much money together. Yeah, I'm getting tired of this damn card. Two of Swords, bottom of the deck, the Lovers, but now it's in reverse. Yeah, we gotta put this battle, the Two of Swords energy, the Lovers in reverse. We have to put this quarrel, this fit, this whatever to an end, because it's impacting how we make money, how people view us. All right. Baddies is about setting trends. It's like a trend setting show, I guess. I don't know. Is the best way I could describe the energy that comes with it. So do you want to lose that energy? Do you want to keep it? Hangman. The Six of Wands in reverse. Please, they're gonna hang on to this for dear life. This is the second time I saw the Magician on the bottom of the deck, but it's in reverse. Hanging on for dear life. Riding till the wheels fall off type of energy. But I'm going to leave this there. Again, overall, will they ever really get back on good terms? Will they mediate? You know, I can't even be like, it's like, you know, Natalie versus Lemmy. I know there's more to come. All right, but yeah, leave that there. I might come back with like maybe the future of Baddies or something. I don't know. But for now, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please please comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you feel like I'm spot on. Tell me if you feel like you're way off. If you feel like I'm way off. You know, please comment. Let me know. Subscribe if you feel like it. All that YouTube stuff. Okay, bye.